Okay. Rex and I used to be co-hosts over on the Demented show, and one of the reasons that there are a couple of reasons why Rex was brought onto the show, the way I understood it from Phil. One is that he was Islamic, and Phil felt that he could use that later on as sort of a work. Rex would turn into the extremist, and then Phil would, of course, they would do the back and forth thing. And not only that, the other thing is that Rex is extremely intelligent. Boomer, let me address that. Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. You can't believe everything that Phil Feast ever told you. Rex is one of the smartest individuals I've ever met, and believe me, I have traveled. I have been friends with doctors, lawyers, priests, Buddhists, Hindus, all up and down the road. The man is not as an extremist. Does he try to propagate his religion? Sure he does. So does every Christian I've ever met. Okay, I'm not a Christian. I follow the religion of my father. You'll never hear me trying to get my religion over on somebody. I listen to Rex on a weekly basis on his Islam and Friends show. That is one of the most down-to-earth human beings I've ever run into in my life. Now, for some reason, because some of you guys got a little brainwashed and evidently felt that if Phil Feast said it, it must be God's truth and everything, Rex never used Phil. Phil tried to use him, and Rex wouldn't have it. Okay? Now, this is from a guy that was sitting back listening to the conversations. Okay? I heard the conversations that were going on. All right? Rex is a good dude. He is not an extremist. He is not a jihadist. All you have to do is take about 5 minutes, go over to YouTube, listen to some of his videos, and he calls those monkeys out. Okay? So it pisses me off when I hear people vilifying people because of the way they believe. You know what? If I were to do that, then I would call every Christian out there a motherfucker because of what you assholes did to my fucking people and you did to the rest of the people in the world. But that's not fair. Okay? Not every Christian is like those a-holes. Wild Man Ant is a Christian. Okay? I have the utmost respect for that man. Absolutely. Now, there's some Christians I don't. I have an atheist friend, Tommy from the Bronx. Utmost respect for that man because he's intelligent. Okay? You could be a dumbass, and I don't care if you're a Muslim, a Buddhist, my religion, anybody's religion, you're a dumbass. And in that case, kiss my ass and I don't want to talk to you. You're a numbnuts. Okay? But for the people out there that love to pick on Rex, get off his nut.
Amen.
So let's move on from that. Jesus H. Christ, monkey butts.
Oh, well said. Well said. For those of you who want to post your comments, you can go ahead and put them in our comment section on our blog, TV, comment blog section, I guess. But Dwayne, I was preparing for the show, as was Dwayne, and it would appear that I was looking at a couple stories, and we seem to get our references from a lot of the same places. Dwayne's a little bit more of an insider than I am, so he had a little bit more than me. But there was one big theme that I was noticing on a lot of the stories that I was going over. And Wild Man Ant left the room. He'll be back.
Okay.
And when Dwayne sent me a bunch of links of topics that he'd like to talk about, it solidified my thoughts and my ideas. And that is... And for those of you who I'm sure you know out there, Dwayne is a former MMA fighter before MMA was really big and popular, but he's the resident expert in the show. Dude, your sport is jacked up.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Where is it going? It's worse than a bad WWE storyline, man. I mean, you couldn't make this stuff up.
I know. It's sad. I always hate to. Well, first of all, we're going to mention this guy's name a lot tonight, I imagine. Phil. When I worked with Phil, okay, Phil made some comments that I thought were just totally idiotic about that MMA is going to turn into a spectacle just like pro wrestling and all that good stuff. I said, oh no. You know what? I hate to say it, but I think the guy might be right because it's turning into a 3-ring frickin' circus.
Well, most of these stories, it's just 1 or 2 stories for each individual association. They're not all associated with the exact same association. It's all coming out at the same time.
Exactly. It's nasty.
For instance, let's go with this first one. It was first on your list, and I'll let you go ahead and introduce it. But I got a big problem with this guy, Phil Baroni.
Phil, he calls himself the New York badass. I just call him a friggin' dumbass.
Amen.
He's a big steroid head. He actually, his claim to fame, he's been beaten by Frank Shamrock badly. And the funny thing about it was that Frank actually was able to. I love Frank only for this reason, if only for this reason. When he was Baroni was ducking him for a while, and so Frank went out and found out that Phil Baroni used to have a modeling career, and that he used to model, do some still photography modeling, and in some of those things used to turn up on gay websites. So I actually put out a. I wish we had it tonight. We may bring it up for next show. We'll have to go looking for it. He put together a video of all those shots of Phil with some really gay music behind it. But Phil is basically a numbnuts. Okay, right now we talked about it before. He's just getting crushed. Everybody's just crushing his ass. And I even made the comment that I think that maybe he needs to determine whether or not he wants to consider a new career, because now he's one of those big steroid boys, and he's actually thinking about moving down to 170 pounds. And he's figuring maybe if he could take that frame down to 170 pounds, he might actually be able to beat somebody. But you have a quote from him, but I have another quote from him that I want to read, which to me epitomizes where he's at in his career. And this is actually from the quote is from Bloody Elbow, and this just cracks me up. Quote: "I was at a gas station one night and some dudes were getting hammered and were getting ready to go drive their car. And they were like, 'Hey, dude, nice entrance.' Yeah, nice entrance. Not even nice fight. That wasn't a great moment. I got nice entrance from some drunk dudes at a gas station once. That's all I got from them, from that, which was a fight on national TV. He actually is the guy. He comes down with the glasses and the Ric Flair type robe, and he does this little dance, and he thinks he's a badass. And so how bad is it that the only thing you're known for anymore is the way you come down to the freaking ring?"
What?
Yeah. That's what people remember him for. They don't remember him for fighting. They don't remember him for winning. They remember him for coming to the ring the way he does.
Well, I actually found a video of him in his weightlifting days, the promotional video he's doing.
That's it. That's it.
And I am showing that live right now.
Now, is that the with the music on it?
Yes, I'm not playing the music because you're talking, but yeah, this guy's in some Daisy Dukes, basically the whole time.
Yeah,
he looks like a fairy.
I think that there he comes. I think this is the one where at least part of it was put together by Frank Shamrock's people.
But the problem I have with this guy is he's in the article. He said how people living in the house, were making the sport look like idiots. That's for
the Ultimate Fighter.
Right.
Right.
It was dumbing down the sport. If they're going to be, if the sport's going to be any kind of professional, or be taken professionally and very seriously, they need to get rid of stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Dude, you don't need those people in that house to make a sport look dumb. Look at the NFL. Look at the NBA. Look at Major League Baseball. There's people out there in... Go ahead.
Look at the screen.
Yeah, that is nasty. Right. This guy, I have no idea what he's talking about. These people in the house are in a controlled environment.
Mm-hmm.
If they're going to hurt somebody, they're going to hurt themselves. Yeah, there's alcohol there, but you know what? It's TV. It makes good TV. Look at the Osbournes. They are out there doing the exact same thing, but they're out in public. They're in their own house, but they're out on the streets. Are they giving music a bad name? Look at what's his
Metal
name?
A bad name. In my opinion.